Hello Taurus, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be a reading from the 21st right through to the 28th. It's springtime in the Northern Hemisphere and it's autumn in the Southern Hemisphere. So I will be doing a equinox reading this week, and it will be for the whole of spring. So don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you'll get notifications coming out for when for you guys for next week, so you'll know when those videos come out. We also do a lot on Instagram as well. We've got the books, we've got loads of links in the description below, so you know, go down there, knock yourself out, knock your socks off, explore. That's what life's all about, surely, isn't it? You know, it's all about exploring, so do enjoy it, because that's what you should be doing. And so earth sign Taurus, fixed vibration, fixed elements with your mixture of earth and fire. Your fire is at your base, your earth is at the top. A bit of a leap of faith this week by the looks of it. And I think earth signs have been having a little bit of a torrid time at the moment. Things have been pretty hectic for you. It looks to be smoothing out this week. Last week might have been a little bit difficult, certainly with all those sort of solar flares that we had. If you didn't see the readings according to the solar energies and how they change on the vibration of the earth, go to Cymatic TV where you'll see our energy updates. But we also, on this channel, did a clarification according to the solar activities with the Astroflower, because you have loads of different elements running around you and a lot of fire that goes through your center here. So let's just have a quick look at here what we got. Yeah, okay. So on the material side, this is this side here, your karmic path, how the universe is trying to influence that karmic path. This is how your guides are trying to influence your karmic path. This is your guides of how they're trying to influence that communication or that conversation within you. That's all on the material front. This is all on the spiritual side of life. And the main section that is within you is the Empress. So you know, getting ready to start a journey, or you should be on that journey, I think, more than anything else. And it is marrying both sides of the spectrum. So marrying the physical and the emotional side of life, the body, mind, and spirit, as it were. And that's what you're trying to do at the moment. You know, all work and no play makes someone a dull person. I can't remember what the rest of it is. So make sure you do have, you know, moments of joy, moments of where you can get involved with other people around you, a bit of socializing and stuff like that. Although Taurus is not the biggest socializer, but when you get going, there's nothing stopping you once you get out there. So do get out there, Taurus. It seems like that way. Let's have a look on the physical sort of side, or the material sort of side of life. The universe is just trying to give you a passage. So at the moment, this week, you might find things a little bit grinding. It's coming up to your birthday, so you're going to be you're going to be in your own personal autumn. You're 2 months away from your autumn, so it's the physical side that you need to address. Looking back how you've done things, how you want to do things in the future, and make sure you are, make sure you're setting yourself up for after your birthday, once you can get back into those plans. Sorry, I had to sort something out in the timing. So in your mind's eye, you can, after your birthday, you can get yourself sorted and on that road and start exploring and creating your material path. And at the moment, you need a little bit more patience. Things may be, it's like having a little bit of sand in the sand in the machinery, so it's grinding a little bit at the moment. The universe is trying to give you that clear passage across, and they're trying to ask, with your karmic mission this week on the material side, is remembering why you started this, remembering why you did all of this, because it's going to pay off in the long run. Your guides are asking you to be patient, and this is also about timing. This card here, knowing when to put your foot on the accelerator, when to put your foot on the brake. So when it's time to work. When it's time to play. You seem to have within you this conversation sort of saying, I can make it, I can make it, I can do it, I can do it. And yeah, you can do it, and you will do it, Taurus. Because if there's anybody who's going to go to the end of the road and get things done, it's Taurus. So you are going to make it, and your passion that you do provide for you with that interaction with the outside world, because you have that cardinal fire coming through you there, with that interaction with the outside world, it's that passion is being brought in by ideas or situations or coincidences around you, which spark your passion and get you excited about life. But you're starting to look at life in a different way. Look at things differently, because with that hangman, and this is because you're into your autumn period, finding out where you should be going in the year from your birthday. When you're in a month before your birthday, it's going to be on the physical side, it's going to be on the spiritual side of life. So let's have a look on that spiritual side of life. You've got, the universe is trying to encourage you that if you're going to be in relationships and stuff like that, it does need to be a fair exchange. There is always one person who is, let's say, leading the other at given times. And that can change all the time, and it will change all the time. And it's maybe a case of saying, allowing your partner or your friends or your family or the relationships around you to take a little bit of the strain. Each person's got their time at the front of the wheel, and that allow you to start exploring those ideas of what you can live in a spiritual or emotional sort of sense. And your guides are trying to bring in everything, so it's very plentiful for you, for that to actually, feed those ideas that you have with that Page of Swords. Taurus likes things in particular ways, and there's a lot of signs that like things in particular ways. You have a very clear or defined mindset to things. And Capricorn's very similar. Scorpio's very similar. Libra's very similar to that sort of thing. And Aries is very similar. You've got that conflict, a little bit of the conflict of the internal conflict within you. I'm not sure if it comes from the outside world, because you've got that fire coming in here and it's crossing that cardinal water that goes across here. And I think this is what's causing here at this crossing point here, how you convert your ideas into reality. And I think that could well be the conflictual point. So it's a case of making sure you're a little bit more open to ways of doing things differently, to reduce that conflict that is within you. Yeah. But it looks good on the relationship. It looks very solid because there's a lot of pentacles in there. It looks very solid for you at the moment, Taurus. And it's a case of letting things flow through, trying not to allow your emotions to be conflictual with your passions of life. So let's just go through the physical side, and I just dropped some cards. Excuse me. What popped out was the King of Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So sort of when you're starting on this path, you've got to put down boundaries, apparently. So I just get myself back in my place. So let's just have a look and see what clarifies with this. So on the job front and the material front, it's got to be more, it's got to be patient. The world is gradually catching you up, and that's where the universe is giving you that sort of rite of passage. So yeah, there is this. So Four of Swords, a bit of healing, a bit of time for yourself, taking it easy. Don't forget to make sure you know how to work hard and play hard. You need that downtime as much as anyone else. And if you're not getting it, this could well be the conflict, because it's being opposite the other Five of Wands, which are up here. And I would suggest you do not get into conflict. I know it's easier said than done. And when people are idiots, you know, and they deserve to be called out. But at the same time, full-on conflict is probably not a good idea. I think it's more a case of how you equate the amount of time you put into things. And then you got the Queen of Wands. It's just, it's all coming from the surface. It's all coming from these three cards here. That's filtering down through to your karmic path. And it seems to be creating a little bit of that sand that is in the mechanics, as it were. And the Hangman. Can you not believe this? This is mad. It really is coming in. So they're asking you here. So with that patience, it should give you another point of view. Okay? I don't really need to explain that anymore. So it may be a case of any business you're doing or any job you're working in, that you have to be patient with it. I don't think this is the right time to be changing a job. Nine of Wands coming back out again. Healthy boundaries. I don't think it's a time of changing jobs. I think it's more a case of actually biding your time and working on yourself, working on what you want to do next year. Let's go on to the spiritual side of life. So between the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that you probably don't need to know about, really. Changes that are coming through for you in a good way. And it seems to be working around you, so you're not going to really know what's going on. These changes are coming in from the outside world, and it's should be making life in the emotional or relationship front, should be making life a lot fairer in a way for you. A lot more of a relationship that is building, that you both are investing into it. So Seven of Swords, so playing smart with the information that you get, playing smart with the ideas that are coming up within you, choosing who to share your life and times with. I think, how do these two connect? With the Queen of Cups, we got it on the other side. It's now starting to filter through as well. So that Queen of Cups here is all about, you know, enjoying the totality, I can't get the bloody word out. The totality of, that's not even the word, is it? Oh man, it's enjoying the totalness of your life. Yeah. Okay. Every aspect of it. And that's what playing smart is. It's like sometimes things, you know, you're doing two or three things, and one of those things you don't actually really enjoy. And if you don't really need to do it, then why are you bothering to do it? Okay. So the Hierophant, which connects through from the Ten of Pentacles, going right up through to that conflictual card there in the conversation that is within you. Remember where you're from. Remember your learning, your inner learning. As the world is providing you, your guides are providing you with lots of opportunities and possibilities. Remember where you've come from and where you want to go, so you can reduce that conflict between your passions and your emotions of life. Okay? Let's see how this all sort of connects into the here and now, which is the Hangman, which is basically I think it's going to crop up quite a lot in the next 2 months for you guys, because it's basically your autumn period that you should be quantifying what you want to be doing next year. Ten of Pentacles showing back up. You have abundance, Taurus. You have abundance coming your way, and things should be good for you. They should be good for you. And it's certainly to do with preparation and putting things into place. How they qualify themselves, it's quite amazing. And then you got the Hermit and the Hangman. Yeah, I think this is in the physical side of life, looking at things completely differently. And as I say, that's because you're in your 2 months before your birthday, where you should be assessing what you've done over the last year, what you want to do in the future, and then being able to put that all into play after your birthday. Let's just see what's running up through you. So the Hermit is the opposite to the Hierophant. The pathway of the Hermit is snaking up round the mountain, so it's got to go round the houses, as it were, whereas the Hierophant goes directly to the goal, simply because they've done the knowledge, they've done the understanding, and they have a very religious side to them. The Hermit is much more about exploring that journey and living that journey, and then expressing that journey through their actual being to the world around them. So the Hierophant is more a case of waiting within your knowledge, waiting for the things to turn up, like welcoming students to an understanding. And the Hermit is more a case of expressing the understanding to those students. So let's just see what's running up through you here at the moment. Queen of Swords. So staying true to who you are. Do not get emotionally involved. Do not allow your emotions to get overrun. But being absolutely clear about where you're going and what you're doing. Make sure you allow the universe or the world around you to provide that wind for your sails, so you can marry that side of work and this seems to be a repeating theme, especially for your fixed signs, marrying the physical world and the emotional world. So, you know, if you're going to play hard, then you've got to, don't forget, you've also got to relax. And if you're going to work hard, you've also got to play hard. You know, you've got to have that time for you. So connecting those whole lot is the Queen of Swords. And how does that marry that body, mind and spirit to your actual life at the moment? Choices. The Two of Swords, it's cutting out things that probably you don't need. You may well not see them in the beginning part of the week, but in the latter part of the week, if you start to look at things a little bit differently, you'll certainly take off that blindfold that the person has in the Two of Swords, and you'll be able to then have clear choice about where you're going in your life. So marrying those sort of two sides, a real week of reflection, really, continuing on your path, allowing things just to flow through nicely, but more than anything else, reflecting about what you want to be doing in the future on the material sense of your path. Okay, so there you go, Taurus. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope it helped you out as well. Don't forget, we are going to be doing those readings during this week, according to the, I'll get it out in a minute, according to the equinox and the spring period. In the meantime, Taurus, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.